And welcome back to this book talk part of the program today. And it's always great to talk to our next guest. He's been with us several times before. He's known as the Shakespeare of the barbecue. He's got an anniversary book out, actually, the 25th anniversary of the original book that kind of started it all for him. It's called The Barbecue Bible. We're joined today by barbecue and grilling expert Stephen Raichlen by telephone today. And Stephen, good to talk to you. How have you been?
It's great to talk to you. I have been terrific, and I hope you have too.
I was checking the archives. I guess it was a couple of years ago since we chatted you. We missed you last year, but always good to have you on again. And if I have it right, this is the actually 25th anniversary, right, of when you started it all with the books?
It is. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, isn't that amazing? This is the book that certainly got the whole barbecue thing started for me, and I think it really helped launch the barbecue revolution in America.
I think it has. I mean, everybody kind of did it a little bit, burgers and maybe simple things, but you kind of brought it to a whole new level, but made it simple enough where you could do more complicated meals or more involved meals, maybe is the better word for it, but not to be intimidated by it, right?
Well, that was my goal. And, I think when I came to the field, first of all, I have a degree in French literature, but my food background, I had a classical French culinary training. So when I came to barbecue, I kind of thought about it as a system rather than as, this recipe, that recipe, or, what my daddy taught me.
Right.
And the idea was I really tried to kind of break it down into a logical way for people to understand. So we have 5 methods of live fire cooking, direct grilling, indirect grilling, smoking, etc. We've got the 10 commandments of barbecuing and grilling. We've got the 3 rules of good grill hygiene: keep it hot, keep it clean, keep it lubricated. And I tried to bring some sense and some order to what would have been a really pretty sloppy field of activity before then. Of course, the other thing with Barbecue Bible is, the travel component, because we are not the only country that is obsessed by live fire cooking. In fact, virtually every country on the planet is. And it's really interesting to see what the differences are and what the similarities are.
Yeah, we do tend to think it's an American activity, don't we, with 4th of July, Memorial Day, that kind of thing in the summer. But obviously, before America was here, they were cooking outside in, Europe and the Middle East and I'm sure Asia, right? They had to.
Well, even in the Western world, when the first Spanish explorers arrived in the Caribbean, they found the Taíno Indians cooking over a wooden platform with crossbars and a smoky fire underneath. They asked, what was it? And the Taínos answered barbacoa, and that gave us our word barbecue. So we have been at this a long time.
I was just going to ask you about that, the word barbecue. So that's where it came from. That's interesting. I did not know that. Yeah.
Barbacoa, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always thought it was kind of a made-up word, maybe a brand name at one point, but it actually came. Is that old? Yeah, interesting. Well, when you started this book 25 years ago, obviously you didn't have all the recipes together. How did you kind of put that together originally?
So, whenever I start writing a new book, the first thing I do is I pack a suitcase and I travel. And I would say I spend approximately 3 to 4 months a year on the road traveling to do my research. And such was the case with Barbecue Bible, 25 countries on 6 continents, and that was just the start.
Do you still get new recipes sent to you or discover new recipes?
I still do. In fact, on Monday, I am taking off for Paris, where I'm going to be the guest of honor at the French Barbecue Expo, and I will certainly be on the lookout for new recipes when I'm traveling.
And again, for people maybe not aware or haven't gotten the previous books, it's not just the regular burgers and hot dogs and ribs we're talking about. I mean, you have so many different types of recipes of different types of foods. Maybe just give a quick rundown for people not aware of what other things you can barbecue.
Well, the book starts with a chapter on cocktails, because every good barbecue begins with a cocktail. It ends with a chapter on grilled and barbecued desserts. Along the way, there's a chapter on grilled breads that includes pizza, and one of my favorite recipes, Catalan grilled tomato bread. That's a real crowd pleaser. You grill sliced French bread and then give each of your guests a garlic clove and a ripe tomato. You instruct them to rub the garlic and tomato into the bread, then add a little extra virgin olive oil, salt, and pepper. Super explosively flavorful appetizer. Takes 5 minutes to grill. My goodness, there are chapters on salads, grilled salads, like a grilled Caesar salad, a grilled niçoise salad, beef, pork, chicken, fish, obviously. Huge chapter on vegetables, grilled vegetables.
Right.
I love grilling vegetables. And my wife and daughter are vegetarians, so that kind of came in handy to have that chapter for them.
Yeah, the dessert section, when we talked previously, I think we talked about that. You don't normally think of being able to grill a dessert, but there are. Obviously, you got the recipes, so that's great. Has equipment changed
Absolutely.
a lot? I mean, obviously, the barbecue's been around for hundreds of years, but has the equipment gotten a lot better, say, in the last 25 years that you've noticed? I'm sure you recommend better types of equipment to get, right?
Well, it has changed enormously, and one big change is what I call the digitization of barbecue. That is, new grills and pellet grills and smokers that communicate with your smartphone. I'm not sure that's a good thing. Actually, I'm kind of a do it by sight, touch, and smell kind of guy.
Right.
So that's a little surprising. The other thing that has happened is that, when I was growing up, when I first read Barbecue Bible, most people just had one grill. But now 33% of American families own multiple grills. So you might have a gas grill for weeknight cooking and a smoker when you have a little more time on the weekend. I routinely meet people who have 3, 4, 5 different grills and smokers. So that's a big change.
And again, the barbecue experience is kind of a group experience, right? Obviously family, but normally if you do it in the summertime outside, you're inviting people over, hopefully, friends. So it not only is great food, but it's also great camaraderie, right? It kind of lends itself to that.
Absolutely. I always say that nobody gathers around the oven to watch a loaf of bread bake, but you fire up the grill and it's a party.
That's great. Well, again, we're just about out of time, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to Stephen again real soon. But the name of the book is The Barbecue Bible, more than 500 great grilling recipes from around the world. And, Stephen, give out your website once again and where people can get more information about you and the book.
Absolutely. It is barbecuebible.com. And by the way, there is a Barbecue Bible 500 Club started by a couple in Spain during the COVID lockdown for people who want to cook their way through Barbecue Bible, every recipe. So you'll find that page on Facebook, but Barbecue Bible is where you find me, my TV shows, my Barbecue University, all things Stephen Raichlen.
Great. Stephen, always a pleasure to chat with you, and we will not make it 2 years before the next talk, I hope, but thanks for being with us today.
I would like that. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm Stan Brock. 30 years ago, I formed Remote Area Medical to help people overseas. But then we found generations of families in America isolated by poverty from the health care they need. Together, we can take dental, vision, and medical help to 1 million adults and their kids, right here at home in the United States of America.